Hey guys, welcome back to the ThePichuBros, and we are here once again for the WSS. Now, yes, I did stop uploading for a bit, but ignore that. Just ignore that little fact, and let's keep going. So, a bunch of people, a bunch of my friends were like, "When are you gonna upload again?" And I'm like, "It's coming, it's coming." And yeah, it was coming. You know, it took a bit of time, but slowly got there. But yeah, anyway, so we are here, week 3. Against Tony. Now, yeah, I feel bad because Tony wanted me to live com this, and I did actually live com this, but this battle was done like legit before Christmas, so like that was really old, and I was like, I might as well just re-record it, so start fresh. Sorry, I obviously couldn't get the live com out, but next time, you know, next battle, even if I'm post coming everything, if I battle you again, Tony, I will live com against you for sure, just so you can one day see me live com versus you. Anyway, so we're versing Tony, week 3. He's a really good battler. So I had to, you know, to win this game, I had to play pretty well, and we'll have to see if I do that. But anyway, this is the team. I have my Florges, my trusty Florges, which protect. I actually, because this battle was done ages ago, I didn't even know like my thought process too much behind this. I can kind of get what I was going for though. So 3 attacks, SD. To break his fat. His team was fat as F. Like, I'm not joking. He had Mill Tank for Fable, that type of crap. So you already know it's going to be like a long game when you verse ones like that. So I have a 4 attacks, Life Orb, Max Attack, Gallisopod, set up Charty Berry Volcarona, Charty Berry for the Mega Glade, Taunt Toxic, this kind of Mew because obviously he has Clefable, he has a Mill Tank. I want to taunt that, stop it from getting rocks up, Toxica, keep Toxic on, and Flamethrower for Sizzle. And I have a Choice Specs Swallow, my AC 130, that's here to come in and just click Boom Burst, Hurricane, and just see everything die. So, going into this match, I was like, he bought pretty much all the fat stuff, like literally everything like I expected. I knew Glade had to come, the Fat Core had to come, Zapdos came, probably the Wall Garchomp, which is respect, maybe even Hurricane from Swallow, which is respect. Arcanine is always a pretty solid bring. Arcanine nowadays actually been very solid. It pretty much checks, like, I didn't really see it at the time, but it definitely checked a lot of my team, like, because I can't really do much to Arcanine. My only like really offensive threats for it is Garchomp and Gallisopod, but if they get Willowed, it's kind of over for them. So yeah, going to this match, I definitely thought my best lead was just Mew, because because it's the taunt toxic set, I can just taunt and just be a bit of a prick to like whatever he wants to go for. So let's get into the game, and yeah, this starts week 3. So I pretty much, I think I just fire off a Toxic, because I want to get, if I get a Toxic off on the Zapdos, Garchomp goes in, so you already know I'm about to taunt this fat Clefable. Like, I don't want to let Clefable set up, don't want to let it stealth rocks. He tries to go for rocks, great play. Now, I'm pretty sure I just go for Flamethrower. I predicted Sizzle to come in, because he saw Taunt, he saw Toxic, so I thought maybe he'll go into Sizzle next turn, but he actually goes into Zapdos. Now, we trade Toxics off. I do have Heal Bell and Forger, so I know I can get rid of this Toxic, which is what I go for now, because I'm like, you know what, let's go for the Heal Belt. And he brings in his Mill Tank and goes for Heal Belt, and I'm like, are you serious? Like, you already know this game is going to go for a long time. He even puts in the chat, so it's going to go for a long time. So this is sad. This is already going to be a sad game. So he Toxics me, which I Toxic him because my ability. And now I believe I just go for the Taunt here to stop him from Heal Belling, because I didn't want him. I want to keep the Mill Tank low as possible. But I have to switch, so I switched to Garchomp. Pretty risky because he could Willow, but then I thought, you know, it should be an alright switch. So I SD on his Sizzle because he can't one-shot me, so I'm like, you know what, let's just SD. And right here is a crucial turn. Now look at this, You have a Garchomp versus a Clefable. If you go back to the team, I'm actually a Poisonium Z, so I can call upon the Acid Rain and annihilate this Clefable potentially. So I'm thinking he's showing leftovers on his on the switch in, so I knew he's not like Kebia, which is nice. Now it was the only problem with this turn is like I knew I could annihilate him. The problem is if he switched out to like Arcanine or even to like Miltank or Scizor to take this Poisonium Z, if I waste this Z move, I can't kill Clefable. Like simple as that. Like the only way I could either kill Clefable is if he wasn't unaware and like SD, like obviously was able to break through. But the thing is, he brought this thing on SD, so I knew for a fact he had to be unaware. And plus, I have a Volcarona. This boy is running unaware, And I was like, okay, so he's running unaware. What's the chance of him staying in? But so I did some calcs. I'm like, okay, so he takes about 50% from an unaware clef takes about 50% from a poison jab because it ignores my boost. So I thought, I'm like, you know what? Tony is like gonna get a bit cocky. He's like, oh, but I got an unaware clef. I can take a poison jab, so I'm gonna stay in. So I'm like, you know what? On the basis that he's unaware clef and he thinks he can take a poison jab, I'm gonna stay in and click the Poisonium Z. And he actually stays in. And the roll was 85 to 100%, but because he took like 6% damage already, he drops. So that's a huge turn. Now I knew this Ice Punch could potentially be coming, so I'm like, Gliscopod, I need your help, bro. And he takes the Zen Headbutt. Good play on my opponent's part. And here I think I just go for the Liquidation, because I kind of thought Arcanine or Miltank might come, maybe, to take like a first impression. Anyway, so I go to floor, just I see Toxics. Pretty easy play on his part. Good play. Now I think I just go for the Heal Bell. Yeah, I go for the Heal Bell. So I get rid of Mew's Toxic, which is huge. Now the Zapdos just keeps firing off Toxics, and I'm just like, okay, I'll get it for Wish, potentially get like Mew or something back to full, and he actually goes to Discharge. No Para, which is excellent. To be honest, I wouldn't mind a Para because I would have been alright. Now I go for the Taunt because yeah, to try and like stop him from toxicing me. He actually makes a good play. He actually goes back on the Flamethrower. Yeah, I'm getting a bit licked here. I'm like, oh, I'm not making any plays. Now I taunt, I do get him. He charge goes for a Toxic. Now here I probably should have double taunted. But I do go for the Flamethrower, predicting the Scizor. And now he goes back into Scizor, and I'm just like, I'm just getting lit. So I go for taunt, and now he gets me there. So he's switching nicely. He's not doing too much to me, which is why I'm just playing safe. Like, he's not doing like damage to me, but I could have definitely, like, if I just Flamethrower it and again, that Scizor dropped, and like his checks for floor just really go down. So anyway, he discharged me. This game is definitely like a war of just like status right now. I got a Garchomp on the discharge because I know I can take a hit. Now I believe I SD. No, I go for Mew. So I probably should have SD'd because I think I claimed a kill if I SD'd there. But yeah, I go for Mew. I get Toxic. So that was pretty a misplay on my part. But then I go for Floor just because I try. This is when I try to Heal Bell. I'm like, oh, okay, I need to get my Mew like untoxic. And I go for Heal Bell. And I knew he was Z move, but I was like, I need the Heal Bell. Now looking back on it, like, I should have sacked Gliscopod to the, like, I should have got Gliscopod to take the Z move, not Florges, because Florges is like would have really like kept me alive this game. Now I go sack Gliscopod now. I should have done that last time, but yeah, I go for Garchomp here. Now I believe I think I just go for the Earthquake here. Probably could have easily SD'd because as you saw, Earthquake did 53%, so SD would have annihilated this Scizor. And then would have put him in a really bad spot. So SD was definitely the play. Yeah, this whole game I'm not really making any offensive plays, which is really unlike me. Like, yeah, looking back on it, I definitely played really safe here. So I go for the Bug Buzz. This is when I'm trying to kill this Miltank. If this Miltank drops, I'm in a lot better spot. And I think he just lets it drop. So like, I'm up 6-4, so I'm in a pretty decent position, but a lot of my mons are one shot. So Floor just one shot, Gliscopod's one shot. I just sacked Gliscopod here, see you later, unlucky boy. And now I have to believe, I go to Garchomp. Now, I think SD was always the play. So this turn was a really bad turn. So I think the only reason I Earthquaked was in case he went. I think was because I think I thought, okay, so this is I need to hold up. So I think I predicted him to predict me that I would go for Stone Edge, so he would go Gallade, so I would have just hard Earthquake because usually against Arcanine the plays is always to either Stone Edge or Earthquake, because if I Stone Edge hits Arcanine super effective, like, so if he stays in and like heals, you know, it doesn't really matter. Like, Stone Edge is going to do a lot to Arcanine. His other switch is Zapdos, which Stone Edge destroys. Or the play is the SD, so like if he stays in with Arcanine or Stone Edge, or if he stays in Willows, doesn't really matter too much. If he goes Zapdos, I blow it black. If he goes Scizor, I blow it back. So the plays were either to SD or Stone Edge. So I was like, if he goes hard Gallade on an SD, I'm in a pretty bad spot. I would have to straight up just because like obviously the ice punch would annihilate me, or Zen, even if he like, I thought Zen might kill me from this range. So I thought I would be in a bad spot, and like, yeah, so I didn't want to SD, and Stone Edge obviously was unaffected against Gallade, so I was like, I'll go for Earthquake, predicting a Gallade switch in. I didn't necessarily, and it covered Arcanine staying in, but he actually goes for Zapdos, so just the basic SD or Stone Edge would have got him. And now I go for the Stone Edge, but I unfortunately miss, which I guess is unfortunate. I go for the Volcarona because I have Flame Body, so I'm like, oh, if I can get a Flame Body off on the Scizor, it would be amazing. He actually goes for Zen Headbutt here. So no Flame Body again, which is unfortunate. If I Flame Bodied this, I would have been in actually a really good spot. Because I wouldn't need the Toxic, I could just damage this. But anyway, I decided to stack Floor just because I need Mew. Mew's like my win con, I think, because it kills Scizor and you can probably Taunt Toxic the rest. So I go for AC 130. Now, I go for Hurricane because I wanted to force out the Gallade, but looking back on it, Boom Burst was always the play, because if Boom Burst would have put Gallade to a one shot, and yes, I would have lost. Boom Burst put Gallade to one shot, and even if he Drain Punched, he wouldn't have got that much health back, and all I need to do is probably like, Nah, it was a hard play, that one. Like, it was, I see why I did it. It's alright, I see why I did it. Anyway, we go for Taunt on the Zapdos. He goes for Roost. At this point, my win con has to be Garchomp. I have to kill something with Garchomp. So, hear those words. I have to kill something with Garchomp. I should always SD here. Always SD here. But I go for Swallow. Now, I don't know why I actually went Swallow. I think it's because I tried to predict him to go for like Toxic or Roost or something, and then Boom Burst would claim a kill. But like, looking back on it, Garchomp should have SD'd there because Zapdos would have died by Toxic, I believe. And I would be at a +2 Garchomp. He would have to go Gallade. Then I would just like, Nah, I probably would have lost at that point. So yeah, not looking great for me right now. I go Swallow. At this point I lost. Because Gallade kills. I think the only way I could have won at that point is if we go back to that Swallow turn, I should have Boom Bursted the Zapdos. If I one shot the Zapdos, then I would have not taken as much damage on like Swallow and stuff, and I probably could have played around everything else. Because then I could have just Hurricane spammed everything with Swallow. I would have just that Swallow would be my win con at that point. So yeah, I had to get that play right, and I didn't. So that was unfortunate. But yep, unfortunately we lost. So yeah, I think if we like. If you okay, so it's not really helping. Okay, there we go. So I think if you look at this, so if you still like, the thing is, I was scared because if he Drain Punch Mazzella, he would have got back up to health HP. He would have got up so much HP. But what I should have done was I should have Boom Bursted anyway, because at this point I lost. Even if he stayed in with Gallade and I Hurricaned and I killed this, I still lost because he would have still been able to win with a combination of Zapdos and Scizor, even Arcanine. Those three still beat me, so I should have like hoped he kind of choked and went Zapdos, which he kind of did but didn't because I didn't make the play. So if I Boom Bursted here, Zapdos would have died. Then all I would have had to do was switch out my Swallow, and pretty much the combination of these three mons cannot beat Swallow, because Swallow can, like, as soon as it comes in Gallade, it one-shots Gallade. It will put any of these mons to, like, if he brings in the Scizor, then obviously Hurricane will put that to a point where Garchomp comes in and clicks Earthquake on it, kills it, and kills Arcanine. Same with he brought Arcanine, I would have sacked Swallow. Arcanine, lowered Arcanine, bring in Garchomp, SD'd, and then just Earthquake twice. Or forced it out, and Mew would have won. Anyway, so yeah, so basically, yeah, we got menued. So yeah, week 3, Tony's gonna take it, and yeah, that's unfortunate. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for week 3. Anyway, so yeah, I'll keep these WSS videos coming. Obviously, we did lose, but that's unfortunate. But I did play out the rest of the season, and I want to make sure, like, this is more for myself. I would not. I was talking to one of my friends, like, in a channel, and you know, he put a message, and he's like, no, low key, he's like, oh, ThePichuBros is the draft recap channel, and I was like, oh, oof. I was like, alright, so you know, I don't wanna be the draft recap channel, so I'm gonna try and keep this season going, and definitely next season I'll be uploading as well. So anyway, that's all for me. I am actually making right now a how to draft like kind of series. Yeah, so that was meant to come ages ago, but I finally got around to doing it, and it's gonna take a bit to like make, to be honest. It's taking a lot of work, so it might not come out like anytime like in the next few days, but it will come out a bit like within a week. And yeah, so stay tuned for that. And without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next battles. So yeah, see you guys then.